Golden State Warriors fans, hey, how are we doing? Dub Nation, where you at? Well, there you are. There you are, proud members of Dub Nation. How are you doing? Welcome back to C-Train Station. Hey, let's just talk a little bit of Warriors. Let's just do a little bit of post-All-Star game. So it's still the break. Post-All-Star weekend. How about that wrap up? Because we had a good one. Number one, hey, what are some notes? What are some things what are some takeaways from All-Star Weekend from me? And some Warriors-centric, some dub-centric takeaways. Of course, look, All-Star Weekend in the Bay Area was a rousing success. In my opinion, this is just my opinion, I think I'm correct, I'm probably correct, I'm correct. My opinion, Steph and the Bay Area, Steph Curry and the Bay Area, and honestly, even the whole Golden State Warriors organization showed out just as much, if not more, than the game of basketball. Yeah, like, gosh, I mean, we had Too Short blowing the whistle. We had E40. Bay Area royalty showed up and showed out. And it seemed like a really good time, honestly. Like, everybody seemed to be having a very good time, like, at the All-Star Weekend. And that's what's supposed to happen. This is a time to celebrate the All-Stars, to celebrate the game of basketball, where celebrity meets like the game, right? I think that the NBA is trying to sort of blend, like, they're trying to blend like pop culture almost with basketball. Number one, basketball's strong enough in and of itself. But number two, let's get down to a couple things. Pod showed out. Brandon Pajensky had a great outing. Draymond and Moses Moody almost won that skills competition. We had Buddy Hield. What's going on? Hey, maybe Buddy Hield honestly can take some of that momentum from the three-point contest, put it into this next little bit of the season. And while we're talking about Buddy, I've hacked Buddy. I understand precisely and exactly what Buddy Hield needs, when he needs it, and how much he needs. And this is it. This is it, Buddy. This is what it is. Dude, if Buddy Hield is set and has an open shot and the Warriors are over half court, he should take the shot. One more time. If Buddy Hield is set, if Buddy Hield is open, if the Warriors pretty much have the ball on offense, take that shot. No problem. No problem at all. Did you listen to my stipulations though? Watch this. If Buddy Hield has the ball and takes one dribble, I do not want him shooting. I do not think that Buddy Hield is atrocious off of the dribble. He's not great shooting off of the dribble. He's not great creating off the dribble. He's not good finishing off the dribble. He's not good creating for others off the dribble. Buddy Hield, I have hacked it. He is a shooter's shooter. He will not give you much he'll pretty much give you nothing on defense. Won't give you a whole lot of rebounds. Will not give you a lot of assists. And also, he isn't a scorer. I know. What? C-Train, you're crazy. Yeah. And also, Buddy Hield isn't a scorer. He's just a shooter. I'm sorry, bro. Sorry. But like, the sooner the Warriors understand and Buddy Hield gets that it's like, look, if I have the ball and I haven't dribbled and it's an open shot, take the shot. If anything else, pass it away, get into a better position. If he only realizes that, the Warriors are in such a better place. Also, and I have a whole video about this, right? I'm just throwing this out there. If Jonathan Kuminga would choose, because it's a choice, he has the ability, he has the athletic ability, he has all the potential, he's got everything. If he chooses to play lockdown defense, the Warriors win the championship. Two more times. If Jonathan Kuminga chooses to play defense, the Warriors win the championship. If Jonathan Kuminga simply chooses to play dynamic, above average defense with Stephen Curry, with Draymond Green, and with Lord Jimmy Butler, they will win the championship. It's that simple. That's what defense does. Okay? Moving on. Because these are just, by the way, these are just the nice random notes, random thoughts about the Warriors. We're just having fun, shooting the shiz here, okay? Joe Lee, this is a fact here, and so I've made multiple videos on this, and I do not think that I released the videos because, honestly, sometimes it's like, it can be tough for me to express feelings and opinions, even when it's like on a camera, and like maybe nobody's even gonna see this, but this is a fact. Joe Lacob needs to retrofit Oracle Oracle Arena in Oakland, so that the Warriors and Valkyries, which is the Golden State, the WNBA team, the Golden State Valkyries, so that both of them can play a third of their seasons respectively at Oracle. What? C-Train, number one, there's precedent for that. I believe the San Antonio Spurs do this whole, I think, like Barnum and Bailey, the circus comes to town, and at least they used to play a whole lot of their games either on the road or someplace else. So long story short, there's precedent for a team, okay? For a team not solely playing in their own arena 100% of the time. Spare me with the optics. Spare me with the details. I've tried to go down, like, dude, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a money guy or a businessman. But what I am is a dynamic innovator and a dreamer and an artist. And I'm straight up telling you. I'm telling you, this is a declarative statement. It's not a question. It's not with anything. I say this with all of my heart and soul. If the Warriors play a third of their games back at Oracle, I guarantee, I all but guarantee success. I believe that the Valkyries and also Warriors would be more successful at team record. I believe that that would help basketball and overall culture in the Bay Area. I think that the East Bay has felt and sort of feels left out. And I'll tell you what, being from the East Bay, that's where the heart and soul is, baby. Look, I love the culture. We love San Francisco. We love the city. Right? Look, the East Bay has the heart. The East Bay has that soul. And the Warriors should learn from that and they should use it, right? I get that, like, this was a great ode to the East Bay, to Oakland, and to Oracle by having some of the, I believe it was like All-Star Friday, Saturday night. They had some of the festivities there. Did you see it? It was popping. The vibe was vibing. And here's the thing. I want all the critics, all the people saying, no, that can't happen. Look, it can. It is absolutely possible for the Golden State Warriors and Valkyries to have their cake, to make their cake, have their cake, and eat it too, or whatever the frick the terminology is. They can have it all. There's nothing. I'm not even, when I say that the dub, I mean, raise your hand if you've been on NBA Twitter or Warriors Reddit, Warriors Twitter, and people talk about how Chase Center doesn't have the vibe, how it feels stale, how it's not as loud, how refs aren't even afraid, like how they used to be in Roracle, right? Look, we can have respect and love Chase and what is new, and we can still do that, but we can also pay homage to what is old, to what we came from. The Golden State Warriors would behoove them to listen to me and to understand what the gesture of playing a few games in the season, I think a third of the season, honestly, but playing those games at Oracle would do. What it would do to the culture, what it would do to the franchise, what it would do to your fan base. And I'll tell you what, if Joe Lacob has any sense, and he essentially, I mean, to him, I mean, he says for his roster and for his product, money is no object. Put your money where your effing mouth is, bro. Put your money where your mouth is. Bring my peeps back to the East Bay. And I can just tell you this. We won't go with the story about how Black Panther's co-founder Bobby Seale said that I was a dynamic community leader like Huey Newton. We won't go there, but it did happen just with me. He told me. So like when you're trying to listen to somebody with a little bit of clout, this idea is golden. This idea is more than golden. This idea more than has legs, and it could have wings. This idea of renovating Oracle, maybe even making it a little bit smaller and more intimate. How about also giving the East Bay schools a whole lot of tickets to go to Oracle to watch the Warriors play? Look, when you do this, when you actually win the hearts and souls of the fans, they will do anything out of that love. They will follow you out of that love. And that's what makes the world go round. And that's what we want. right? It can happen. It probably won't happen. But look, instead of telling me reasons why the Warriors playing a few of their games at Oracle would be whatever, dude, and thinking of reasons why it wouldn't work, what I said, renovating culture, a revival of the East Bay, especially in these times. Remember that I said that. It can work. The dream is there. The vision is there. You just got to get it put to practice, right? Moving on. Jimmy Butler. Let's talk about JB a little bit. He's 3-1 with the Warriors. I like what I see. But I don't love what I see. And this is why. I had a question real quick. Draymond Green is like this all NBA defender, defensive all team, one of the best defenders of all time. But real quick. Okay. Draymond Green has been on the team, and it was like their defensive talisman for the whole time. But like, he's been on the squad for the last few years. Correct. Is that correct? Yes. He's been on the squad for the last few. Got it. So he's been on all those squads where the Warriors gave up a billion leads. Remember last season when they gave up like every lead? Dude, where was Draymond Green's defense? I'm honestly saying that. So when we think about moving forward, what I'm going with this, or I'm going with the Jimmy Butler, because I tied Draymond Green into it. Can the Warriors keep leads anymore with their defense? That's how you gain the lead. Defense turns into offense. You get easy buckets. You defend without fouling, rebound through the whole defense, and you're good to go, and you're golden. Can the Warriors do that anymore? When's the last time the Warriors really swarmed and locked down? Since Iguodala's retirement, darn near, right? We need to think of that moving forward because of this. Because, quite frankly, I believe that there will be I think that there are going to be a few star players out on the market in the summer. Mainly Giannis, LeBron, and KD, honestly. And those are the three, those are some, like the three big guns. Can we agree on that? Those are three of the top 10 players in the league. Okay. If the Warriors can't get defensive stops, if they're not getting the stops, and they're giving up leads, what's Draymond doing? I get it. He's a catalyst on offense. He's a linker. He links on offense. Okay, cool. Podziemski does that too. Podziemski's a link and a connector on offense as well, honestly. He can run those pick and roll plays with Steph as well. What is Draymond Green doing? I would love to see Draymond Green leading the defense and connecting like the days of old. And honestly, if the Warriors are going to continue to give up leads, if no lead is safe, it means that the Warriors aren't playing consistent defense. If the Warriors aren't playing consistent defense, and what's Draymond Green doing? What's going on there? I think that the Warriors are going to have some well, number one, I hope that they just use this momentum and ride it out and have a great hit. Sky's the limit for the Warriors, but we have to in thinking about this video I was about to make, I mean, I'm just sort of freestyling it anyways, but it doesn't leave a good taste in my mouth, the fact that the Warriors give up all these leads with one of the best defensive players of all time. Maybe he isn't. Maybe the Warriors need a little bit of a changeup, like honestly. But yeah, let's move on. Acquiring Jimmy Butler was a huge show of faith to Kuminga. Even though I think that that Kuminga won't be under the most pressure of all the Warriors to sort of produce this last third of the season. I think he has the most pressure by far. I've rarely seen an organization bend over backwards, do absolutely any and everything to make sure that one of their players succeeds and is successful. I do not believe the Golden State Warriors can do anything more to help Jonathan Kuminga. And honestly, it's like Trey Murphy has made the leap. Franz Wagner's made the leap. Everybody's made the leap. If Jimmy Butler cannot unlock Kuminga, that will be the defining moment of Kuminga's tenure with the Golden State Warriors. And I hope that if Butler can't unlock Kuminga, if the Warriors can't be successful, the roster as is, then gosh darn it, this stinks to say, but like dangle Kuminga out there in the trades. I said he was almost the last thing that I talked about with Kuminga was that he was almost untradeable. That was before the injury. He was putting up multiple games of 30-plus points. That's what we need to see, right, Dub Nation? We need to see the stats, the actual numbers and statistics add up with what people are saying. I don't care. I honestly don't really care that Andre Iguodala said that what Andre Iguodala thinks about Kuminga. I care about what the games think about Kuminga, right? Because at some point, you have to produce and you have to win. And Kuminga's bottom line, his stats at first glance look good. They look pretty good. If you dive into it, though, the numbers are not there. Like the percentages aren't there, for example. And look, I actually don't care. I don't care about the percentages. The first glance is okay if the Warriors are winning. If the Warriors aren't winning, I talked about Draymond Green, right? That they're losing, that the Dubs, like, if they're not keeping their leads and retaining it, then what good is Draymond Green's defense if they're not defending as a team, right? If they're not successfully defending, what good is the dude who's your defender if they're not doing the job? That's the same thing here, though. Look, Kuminga said that he couldn't be guarded one-on-one. Google that, please. Jonathan Kuminga, but when he complained to the media, he complains a lot. And when he complained to the media one of the last times, like last season, he said, I can't be guarded one-on-one. Well, gotcha. I friggin' hear you. I hear you. Now listen to this. Do you hear me? Jimmy Butler will command a 1.5 players. Stephen Curry demands a double team. Jonathan Kuminga, you will be guarded one-on-one. You told me you couldn't be guarded one-on-one. I expect to see excellence. Comment below if I'm incorrect. I'm correct. Comment below, though, if you disagree. The guy who says that he's unstoppable one-on-one, I'm simply asking for him to be unstoppable one-on-one. What's wrong with that math? What's up? What's going on? Okay, cool. I just hope that we're on the same page, because come next week, I do not want to see Jonathan Kuminga with 6 points in 20-plus minutes. Don't want to see him with 8 points. I want to see him with 20, 30, 40, 50 points. 50 points. The dude says he's a scorer. He watched Kobe tapes growing up. He says he can't be guarded one-on-one. I would be out of my mind to not accept offensive excellence from Jonathan Kuminga. One more time. I would be psychotic, out of my mind. I should quit today and right now if I didn't think that Jonathan Kuminga could get those points. Dude, at some point, you got to come through. Jonathan Kuminga is averaging 16.8 points this season. It needs to be in the 20 range. No scorers who are unstoppable scorers one-on-one only average 17 points a game. I didn't say I was unstoppable one-on-one. Jonathan Kuminga said he was unstoppable one-on-one. Now the Warriors have done absolutely everything. There is nothing more that the Warriors can do to give Jonathan Kuminga more advantageous position. They have traded everybody darn near, Sands, Looney, and GP2, that they could trade solely to put to save Jonathan Kuminga. Because Joe Lacob, he is a savior to them. No player in Golden State history to owner Joe Lacob has more importance and value to Jonathan Kuminga. And now it's simply time for him to produce. Why won't he produce? What will be the excuse? I'm dying for there not to be an excuse, right? So like if like in a week or two, we're seeing Jonathan Kuminga still not, if it's not really bumping up those statistics, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. It's over and he's failed. It's like, dude, how many chances can you get? So look, I love Jonathan Kuminga. I think he has all the potential in the world. Guess what? That means nothing. He has to show. At some point, he has to show. Yo, tell me who Earl Manigault was. You guys, tell me who Earl the Goat Manigault was. Because if you were to listen to people talk about Earl the Goat Manigault, you would think he was by far the best athlete, not just basketball player, but athlete ever. I don't even think he played in the pros. I don't know if he did. He's like a legend. So look, if you can't prove it, and you're put in the position to prove it and you can't do it, you're not it. You're not it. This is the time for Jonathan Kuminga to put up or shut up. And I'll tell you what, if Jimmy Butler can't unlock the all-star potential in Jonathan Kuminga, when we have already seen Trey Murphy, Franz Wagner, just as young as Kuminga, just as raw as Kuminga, okay? When we see those players excel in programs that we honestly wouldn't think are dynamic, like Orlando Magic, the Pelicans, they're not, look, if they're excelling that much, like, it's time for Jonathan Kuminga. It's time. Everybody's rooting for you. The world, it's like your oyster or whatever, but dude, you have to produce. The ball needs to go through the goal a lot of times. Let's lead to, this was so interesting, This was so interesting. When I say hate, look up the word abhor, A-B-H-O-R. It's to hate with a passion. I abhorred NBA Commissioner Adam Silver's response to Stephen Curry. So Steph Curry said, the media asked Steph Curry, hey, Steph, dude, if there's anything in the game that you could change, what would that be? And Steph just boldly and in dynamic, in only the way that Steph could say, he's like, look, I would love to see what the officials were about. He was calling for referee and official accountability. He said, look, I'd like to maybe see what's going on with that. Like, are they graded? How are they held accountable? Because it seems like they're rigging games, as if you watch the Warriors versus the Mavs game, and then the next day, the Warriors versus Houston, you would think that the NBA is rigged. I think that there was influence in those games. I do not think that those games were brokered honestly by the officials. And this was Adam Silver's response. He essentially told Stephen Curry to just shut up and dribble. He said, well, if I were a player for a day, I wouldn't complain about the officials. Got it. So you essentially told your talisman, the life of the NBA, the guy who sells all the jerseys, the dude who, who is responsible for billions and billions of dollars of your business. You told him to shut up and dribble. You racial slur. Probably. Who knows? Maybe allegedly. Who knows? You told Steph Curry to shut up and dribble. Got it. So just to make sure that we all know this. So know this as a Warriors fan. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is not stand-up. He just told us. He told Steph to shut up and dribble pretty much. Look, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver does not have control over his officials. There is no accountability from the league. They screwed over everything on the collective bargaining agreement, and they don't care. They'll make things worse. I am a little bit worried about the product of the NBA. I'm not worried about the game. I'm worried about the business product of the NBA because Adam Silver isn't a good enough. It just stinks to say this. I love the dude, but I don't love him enough to say that he's not doing it. It is weird. Okay, and I'll end it. I guess I'll sort of end it. Well, I'll wrap things up with this. It seems weird. Okay, just listen to this. It seems weird that when Stephen Curry asks for referee accountability, they tell him, shut up and dribble, whatever you are. When the Lakers and LeBron asked for it, the NBA, the league, and the officials gave them an official apology. Got it. I understand. I understand that this league has preference towards certain players. I don't know why. Maybe you tell me. I understand that for some reason, those players happen to be like clutch media, like LeBron, and pretty much only LeBron. I get it. You're curtailing to somebody who doesn't even promote your product, who promotes himself. I get it. LeBron, just to let you all know, LeBron's about LeBron. LeBron's about Space Jam. LeBron's about clutch. LeBron is not about the NBA. Straight up. You can even tell by the way that he acted at the All-Star weekend. And by the way, I would have liked to see Norman Powell was doing really well, playing really well for the Clippers. I would have liked to see Norman Powell play in an All-Star game. I know. Maybe I'm the only one. He was playing really well. I would like to see him over LeBron. But LeBron was just all about himself, all about promoting himself, can't get over himself, must be about him. I get it. And look at this. This is funny that I say this because look, I have videos saying that I would love LeBron James in a Warriors uniform. I would. LeBron would be awesome with Steph. And also, the man is only about himself. He can't get over himself. He will not get over himself. He will do great bodily harm to those around him and destroy the world before he will get over himself. No person thinks of themselves greater than what LeBron James thinks of himself. Just ask him. So, to wrap a bow on this, All-Star Weekend was awesome for the Bay Area, interesting for the NBA, good on the Warriors for representing. We hope, speaking with Warrior-centric, we hope Jimmy Butler can unlock Kuminga. We hope Draymond Green can really set that defense. Hey, the whatever that was, they played a zone, like a 1-3-1. That zone was working a little bit against the Rockets. So maybe the Warriors are cooking with fire with some of this stuff. We talked about how it's put up or shut up for Jonathan Kuminga. And I'll tell you what, it is definitely put up or shut up because at the end of this season, he is going to be paid millions and millions and millions of dollars. He'll never have to worry about money again, Jonathan Kuminga. So because he doesn't have to worry about money again or his family because he's going to get $100+ million over a few years, I expect 20+ points per game average. And honestly, the Warriors to make playoffs, not play in. Or else what are they doing? What are they doing? If Kuminga can't do it, no problem. Simply ship he and Draymond off for a KD or Giannis or something like that. No problem at all. And a bunch of draft picks. No problem. That's doable. That's more than doable. Because I don't know if Jonathan Kuminga can do what he says he can do. I know, I believe in him. I just don't see him on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And the jury's still out. The dude, he disappears sometimes. So, and it's like he doesn't have a lot of counters. He's not great with double teams. Look, we'll end that here. Thursday, I believe, on February 20th, the Warriors must have 2 more players. They just signed Kevin Knox. Who do you want that other player to be? Comment below who you want that other player to be. By the way, Lonnie Walker just signed with somebody in the West. Signed with the 76ers. I would have loved Lonnie Walker on the Warriors. Gosh, talk about penetration. Talk about shot making at the highest level. Guaranteed. That's Lonnie Walker right there. Tough to see him go to the 76ers, honestly. I'm going to say this. I'm going to put this out there. If Lonnie Walker signed with the 76ers, and the best the Warriors can do is convert Pat Spencer from a 2-way to the regular roster slot, the Warriors they're not doing well. I can tell you that. They're not doing well because however you want to build up Pat Spencer, however cool his lacrosse story and stuff like that, whatever. Dude, cool. Cool lacrosse story. He's a good player. Lonnie Walker's better. Lonnie Walker is a better player. I think Lonnie Walker's a champion too. Beat up on the Warriors when he was with the Lakers, didn't he? All right. What else do we got? End of the week, we got the Kuminga update this next Thursday, the 20th as well. Hey, I'm looking forward to it. I hope that you have an okay sort of down week without the NBA. I'm doing all right. I think I sort of mentally broke and emotionally a few times during this. I'm missing my Dubs basketball, honestly. It hasn't been very long. I'm already missing Warriors basketball. What are we going to do in the offseason, y'all? Talk a lot, have a lot of breakdowns. But gosh, thanks for sticking with me. This was an interesting one. Look, a lot of videos, structured and whatnot. This one was just sort of a stream of conscious, just letting it flow. I really liked it. And look, I know that it can be spacey here and there, but I hope you enjoyed listening. And I hope that you could get a few things and just learn a little bit as we all do in this thing called life. Till next time, for your Golden State Warriors content, like, subscribe. Of course, I'll see you next time at C-Train Station. Have a great one.